We get a lot of questions about EasyPresso, so I'm going to do a quick 1-minute video on an overview of our EasyPresso. So we're going to start with our internal adjustment ones. We have 3 within the internal adjustment grinders. Something about internal adjustment you always have to consider is workflow. Because the adjustment for the grind size is underneath, you'll always have to take off the bottom. So it's always a huge consideration, I say right off the bat, when anyone comes with us for questions. In terms of entry point, we have the Q Air and the Q. The Q Air is a plastic body which may cause a little bit more retention. So an RDT is definitely needed for something like the Q Air. You move on to the Q, which is going to be a metal body. You're going to have a little less retention, but a little bit of a smaller capacity for both of these. The Qs are definitely directed more towards pour over, all the way to French press with some AeroPress in there as well. You may be able to get fine enough for an espresso-like AeroPress, but it'll definitely get a little harder in terms of grinding. Next, in the internal adjustment, you're going for the J. The J is going to be bigger burrs, so you're going to have a faster grind. The J itself is primarily directed towards pour over with a little bit of capabilities with espresso. The bigger burrs allow for an easier grind, and the foldable handle is easy to pack around. Now, and we're moving on to internal to external adjustments. The X Ultra is great for pour over, has slight espresso capabilities, however, actually dialing in to specifically espresso will get a little bit tighter. So definitely more geared towards minimal espresso, more pour over, more towards the coarser side. It's one of the more different designs. It's a beautiful kind of sleek design. It comes in 3 different colors. The ergonomics itself is a little different in terms of grinding. Although it has a beautiful design, you're going to have a little less of a grip because of the materiality. Next is the ZP6. ZP6 is known for its clarity, so don't think you're going to get any espresso out of this. It's mostly for pour over. The geometry of the burrs will allow for a very even grind, which makes it really consistent, clean cup. However, because you have less variance in the grind, you're losing a little bit of complexity in body. Next is the J Ultra. The J Ultra is one of the ones that are primarily directed towards espresso. The coated burrs allow for an easier grind, and the range of dialing in for espresso is a lot better on the J Ultra. Finally, we have the X Ultra. The X Ultra is kind of the powerhouse of the grinders. Oftentimes, price doesn't always equate better, but in this case, it definitely is the case. X Ultra is a really easy grind, it's a consistent grind, and you'll also get a variance of grind in the best way possible where you'll get complexity and body. So all the way from the Q to the X Ultra, different considerations, different benefits, and it really depends on the cup that you want.